or molestation to a boy. They just keep that secret for life. Secret for life. When you keep a secret, it eats you up. Eats you up. Could tear you apart. Take away your ability to love another person. Live in unforgiveness. You know, a little boy can't go telling nobody. That's being a woman in a weaker vessel. And being the man being violated in a way of a weaker vessel. You can't do that. Admit it. Confess. Had no control. Had no way out. Violated. It's very hard. And they don't even understand the destruction. But by carrying that secret, by carrying that unforgiveness in their heart. Because for a boy, they for sure believe it was their fault, and they could have done something different to escape that day or that whatever it was. You know, it's hard for them to admit, accept, confess. And that burden carry around with like a deep bitterness. It says, save yourself. Confess these things. Take away the power of being a victim and become a conqueror, an overcomer. It says, go to the ant, O sluggard, if you're doubting that the power of the living God is with you today. Go look at the ant, O sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. Without having any chief, officer, or ruler, she prepares her bread in summer and gathers her food in the harvest. How long will you lie there, O sluggard? When will you arise from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man. No praying, no connection with God. Sometimes we got to admit, hey man, I haven't prayed in 6 years. Tried to do it on my own. Didn't need God's counsel. Didn't need prayer or help or guidance. He's saying, wakey, wakey, old sluggard. You know, and through not having a connection with God, depression grows. Hopelessness grows. Worthlessness grows. Wakey, wakey. Well, faith. Right? Faith that Jesus Christ living in you. Being in a state of want. Like an armed man come right in a state of want. Nothing I have in this world can fulfill my heart's desire. Nothing. But because our heart's desire is leading us down a path of destruction. Sometimes our heart's desire, when we've been abused, is revenge. Gotta see revenge. Not forgiveness, but revenge. And that's tough. It's tough. Leave you in a state of want. Some people with greed are in such a state of want that they always need a brand new car. They always need an image. They always want you to accept them no matter what. They're very huge, some people pleasers. Instead of God pleaser, people pleaser. Because all their self-worth comes from pleasing these people. And it's usually through a distorted way. Now consider the ways. She prepares her the ways of an ant. She prepares her way in the summer for bread, gathers her food in the harvest. How long will you lie there, O sluggard? When will you arise from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man. A worthless person, a wicked man, goes about with crooked speech, winks with his eyes, signals with his feet, points with his finger, with perverted heart devises evil, continually sowing discord. Therefore calamity will come upon him suddenly. In a moment, he will be broken beyond healing. Right? I went camping and all that with my buddies, and they are broken by childhood abuse, and it was amazing because, you know, one of my buddies claims to be a Christian, and all you need, believe in Jesus Christ and you're saved. Yet, lived his life, and the weekend was lived exactly like this, lived it out. You know, he was that guy. Constantly, you know, and I was there. I remember being there, being that guy, using the F-bomb, and hey you mother humper, and hey you all this, and you know, telling jokes all the time, but the only jokes I could tell, or the only jokes he would tell are racist jokes. You know, jokes like that, and it's really sows discord. You know, even if they're doing it in a jokingly manner, like, hey, we're buds and we're just razzing it up, you know, and poking each other and all those things, or whatever it is, you know, speaking destruction over somebody, you know, picking on their weaknesses. That's usually what an abuser does. And it don't matter if they claim Jesus Christ, it's what's in the heart. You know, yeah, we're friends and we're buddies, but I'm going to break you down and make fun of you, make fun of, you know, make you the butt of the joke. Because we ran out of racist jokes. So now we're going to pick on the weakest guy or whoever it is, and always trying to exalt themselves. Exalt themselves above everybody else. And the only way that they can find acceptance, love, self-esteem is by the destruction of their friends and everybody else. In a constant state of proving I'm smarter, stronger, wiser, better than everybody. You know, even my buddy, you know, when he goes hunting, he's got to go the furthest, deepest in the woods. He's got to work the hardest to try and get his animal. Yet he never gets one because he has no patience, has no care, has no love. God isn't going to just deliver something like that unless you're completely worthy of it. Some people have a bad heart. This person has a wonderful image, spotless image. Beautiful home, beautiful family, but there in his heart cannot love his wife. Loves lust. Loves lust. You know, and not only loves lust, is always trying to enforce that hey, I want you to accept my bad behavior. I want you to accept my foul language. I want you to accept my by destruction talk. You know, never talking life over anybody, but only bad things. You know, you get a spoon or something to cook dinner, and you didn't get the right spoon, didn't get the right pot. Always, constantly doing something to belittle you. You know, these kind of people open the truck doors and you know, be blaring the radio. But when you go turn the radio station to your channel, not theirs, now it's a problem. And, hey, what are you doing? Trying to break my stuff? You know, outing you, trying to shame you, trying to embarrass you. That's what these people do. This is not a good people. They're always pointing fingers. pointing fingers at other people's problems and saying you're the problem to the world. You'd only be better. You know, these people, this same person, always fixed on the physical appearance. Your shoes, you got the wrong shoes. Why are you wearing shoes like that? Hey, I'm 40 years old. Why are you looking at my shoes? We're not children anymore. All about an image, spot clean image. But inside is complete darkness. They have a perverted heart. Maybe married, but always want to talk about the latest porn show. Or the lady with the biggest boobs. That's what these things do. That's the thing. We're going to identify with the abusers. You want to avoid a bad marriage? Don't marry that guy. See self-worth in you as being better than the image you see. Go deeper than that. Go into their heart and their mind and get to know them people before you take the plunge. Before you go get married. And the pointing the finger. You ever talk to people and they're always pointing at you or pointing? And then that's rude. It says, therefore calamity will come upon him suddenly. In a moment, he will be broken beyond healing. That bitterness and that want and that desire. I want everybody to accept me. And usually my motive and my desire is wicked and evil, so I'm picking on the weak guy so that all you guys will laugh with me as we laugh at him. Exalting only themselves, being solely selfish. And when that fails, that's the thing, my friends having all this bad behavior begins mocking me because I'm religious. Mocking Jesus. Think of that I've drank the Kool-Aid. I went off the deep end. This guy's nuts. Don't listen to anything in mocking you. You lose respect for everybody else because of the way that, and this is supposed to be your friend. Breaking you down, break down what you do for your life, and mock you. Make you a butt of a joke. So I built a fire. I built this giant fire. It was so giant the guy couldn't quit moaning and complaining about how hot the fire was. And I looked him dead in the eye, man, and right out of the blue. And nobody was really looking, but hey, I want you to know. You continue doing what you're doing. You can mock me all day, but if you continue mocking Jesus Christ, that's your bed. And it never dies. It never goes away. That's an eternal fire. Those who mock Jesus Christ. Kind of changed his attitude. Having self-worth. Hey man, that's enough. You ain't going to talk to my dad about my dad. I honor my father. And you're not going to do that anymore. Part of boundaries. With that, we lose friends. These people separate themselves from us because they're not of us or from us, nor care for us, nor love us. It's all about themselves. So you got to identify the abuser. And when we identify the abuser, and we eliminate ourselves from the abuser, we're no longer being abused. Got a perverted heart, devises evil, continually sowing discord. Therefore calamity will come upon him suddenly. In a moment he will be broken beyond healing. There are 6 things that the Lord hates. 7 that are an abomination to him. Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. experienced all those things. Then haughty eyes. Those aren't just haughty eyes like, a lady flipping her things to entice you to go and commit adultery. Haughty eyes can also be like, you ever been at a bar or some uncomfortable situation, and then you got the gang members, a group of people, and they got haughty eyes. They're looking you over. Looking you over for your weaknesses. Looking you over as a chump. Looking you over as with bad eyes, bad motives, bad intention. Maybe they want to hurt you. They're sizing you up. Right? These people, you got to be aware of them. Same with haughty eyes looking at a woman. When a guy comes walking in the bar and, hey baby, like them legs. And they start complimenting all the parts of your body. But really, they don't even care who you are. But they're full of compliments. And they're all about the physical body. Your eyes, your hair, your chest, your legs. Guy comes walking in and, oh man, 6-pack abs. That's the one. And yeah, they're all about taking care of their bodies. But the heart, love, passionate love, is gone. It's foreign to them. A lying tongue, these people, I experienced it. That lying tongue. Have to embellish every story because I can't be average. I can't be just like everybody else. I can't just belong in this world. I gotta have a social status. I gotta matter in the where my self-esteem and my matter or my hope or my love for myself comes from is your like for my stuff. My stuff. Not your like for me, but my stuff, my toys, my image. And they begin to lie. When things don't work out right, when they can't admit or confess the truth. Even in denial, lies come out. We go hunting and get out of the truck. We don't see a single animal, but somebody calls my buddy from work. Maybe his work friends or whatever. We've seen 20. We gotta embellish the story. It's not good enough to be out camping and hunting and enjoying the wilderness. It's gotta be super exciting. Because I want you to like the stuff, the image. Not me. These same people can't have an intellectual conversation at all. They can razz you, they can talk to you, they can talk stories, they can BS. But to have an actual intellectual conversation, no, they can't do it. They're too busy lying. And hands that shed innocent blood. A heart that deceives wicked plans. Feet that make haste to run to evil. And that thing about shedding innocent blood. It's God's will to save all men. It's not God's will that any man would perish in eternal fire. That's something that the devil comes to trick us with. Comes in the agent of light and wants to trick everybody and divide everybody, and you lose your hope, you lose your trust. A lot of people don't even believe that their faith can save their own loved ones. But it can. It can save your whole family, it can save your marriage, it can save everything. Do you have enough faith to wake up every morning and pour out your heart to your husband? Or do you want to lie about the truth? Or do you want to pray with me every morning before we wake up? Our husband or wife or whoever. We have the faith and the trust and the willingness to do this for each other, with each other. And transformation will happen. Some of the parts of recognizing who we are. If we're that guy, running around lying, cheating, stealing, and living in denial. At some point, God's going to draw the line and say, I'm going to force you to confess. You know, when I told my friend about the fire and that, and as real as Jesus Christ is, so is that fire. Quit mocking him. He stopped. A part of overcoming abuse is when we put up our boundaries. You're going to confess. What you're doing is wrong. And it's not okay. It's unacceptable. It's going to stop now. It's going to stop. It's going to change. But we have to have the love for them to want to tell them the truth. You know, you got Nebuchadnezzar, king of a lot of the world. And there you got little old Daniel. Daniel's like a 14-year-old kid when he first meets Nebuchadnezzar. Well, Nebuchadnezzar, I don't care. I'm going to tell you the truth. Even if you kill me, I'm going to tell you the truth. Walking in honesty and in the light. Truth is, God desires forgiveness of all things, sins, hate. He doesn't desire revenge. God is our avenger. But we'll be judged by our own heart. A heart that deceives, wicked plans, feet that make haste and run to evil. A false witness who breathes out lies. And one who sows discord among brothers. Basically, I went camping with the devil himself. Did all these things. Winked with his